sorry, on schedule. All right, so our next presenter for her first TED Talk, right? First TEDx Talk is Miss Alexandria Jasso. She's going to talk to us about teen bullying and suicide. She's a junior in high school. She enjoys running, cheering, and she's capable of bending her back in half. Good to know. Okay, so welcome, Miss Alexandria.
Okay, so a lot of people don't realize how many people get bullied every year. Like, it's not even the physical abuse that people would think bullying really is. Bullying could be anywhere from physical to emotional to, it could be verbal, or as big as it is now, cyberbullying, because everything now is on apps or online. And emotional, verbal, and cyberbullying can make a teen retaliate or get like very violent to someone else. But the biggest thing that it does is it causes teens to go into a depression, which later on oftentimes leads to suicide. And according to the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in 2012, which was their most recent study, there were 40,600 suicides recorded, which is huge. Of course, not all of those are from bullying, but a big amount of them are. If you think about it, teens these days get bullied for the littlest things. It's what you wear, who you hang out with, the things that you do. If you're not doing what's socially acceptable, then you're going to get made fun of or bullied, which can lead to very hurtful things. And there's even the kids that you'll see scars on their wrists because they think they're not good enough, and they feel they have to tear their own skin because they can't live in it. And people get made fun of for that, and that can lead them into a spiral going downwards. It's just going to completely take them out. And you know, there's kids that pop pills and try to make the pain go away, and all they do is hurt themselves even more because they're tired of people hurting them to where they feel like they're not good enough anymore. I'm sure that everyone here could think of somebody that they've seen been bullied, whether they know the person personally or if they've just seen it or if they've said something about it. Everyone, I'm pretty sure, could say they've seen someone being bullied at some point, whether it was physical or verbal or cyberbullying, because that is what is now the biggest type of bullying that we see. There are people that bully others because they don't feel comfortable with themselves, which is probably one of the worst things because they feel like they're not good enough. So if they put other people down, and that makes them raise themselves higher, but putting someone else down is only going to send that person into somewhere that they might not be able to come out of. I've personally seen people that have gone down a spiral, whether it was anywhere from teenage, as young as, you know, junior high, all the way up to being grown. You know, people don't just get bullied from being physical. Yes, that is the case sometimes. I personally know someone, he was physically abused, and that led him into a spiral where he eventually played a very dangerous game that ended in a suicide. Also, you know, people can grow up still being bullied. You know, it can get emotional where, you know, they've had verbal things said to them, it messes with their mind, and emotionally they can't handle it, and they take themselves out of life because they feel like that's their last resort. And it shouldn't be anyone's last resort to end their life because they feel like they're not good enough because other people have put them in a spot where they can't take it anymore. And the biggest thing for teens to realize is that bullying someone now is never going to help you when it leads you to your future. Your future is never going to be made because you put someone else down. You could grow up and see that you're not as good as that person anymore. If someone can get through you bullying them, they're going to later be so successful and you might not be, and you're going to realize, wow, I shouldn't have bullied them. They're pretty great now. You know, bullying doesn't make you any better. All it does is hurt someone to a point where sometimes you can't take it back, and it'll go somewhere where it's never going to be fixed. Like, some of that stuff isn't fixable. You take someone's life, like, by bullying someone, when they commit suicide, yes, they're taking their life, but you took their life from them as well. You caused them to go down that spiral that caused them to take their own life, whether it be in all the different ways possible. You know, some people, personally, I know someone who got lucky. She tried it. She tried multiple ways to get rid of her life, and they were able to save her. And now it's not the best situation. You know, things, as much as people have tried, and even if it doesn't work, they still have it in the back of their head that, you know, they know ways that they could get rid of their own life because they feel they aren't good enough anymore because they've had someone personally put them down so low in any way possible. So my biggest point is that as a teenager, don't put other people down because you think it'll make you feel better, because in the end, you're taking someone else's life away from them as much as they're taking their own life.
Any questions, feedback? Miss Alexandria?